One of the biggest factor on someone's happiness, if you want to predict whether you'll be happy or not 20 years after, is the quality of the relationships that you're cultivating now. And one of the biggest skills that you can learn is to cut off the people that are trying to destroy your dreams, the people that are destroying your life, either in a passive way or in an active way, So in today's video, I'm here to teach you how can you cut these people off, and to be free, in order to achieve your goal. So first of all, if you're someone that is starting your journey, it's normal, it's totally normal to change your friends, especially if you just started. Okay? It's totally normal because you yourself didn't cultivate your life. So most likely, most of the friends that you hang out with, they were people that didn't care about life at all. Okay? They were people that didn't care about life at all. And needing to change, improve the quality of friends, sometimes is needed. Okay? Especially if you just have friends that just want to waste their lives. Okay? Because your life is like a garden. And what you cultivate in this garden will determine how happy you will be in the future. And many people, most of humanity, don't cultivate this garden. Although we all desire happiness, but somehow people just don't care about it. They content with being mediocre, being in the middle, Okay? So, the thing is, our life is a garden. And taking this metaphor, taking this example, like a garden, we have things that are trying to destroy the plants, the flowers, all the species that we are trying to cultivate in this garden in order to become a beautiful garden, a garden that we are proud of. And one of the things that try to destroy this garden are bad relationships, are unhealthy relationships, what we call nowadays toxic, toxic relationships. And they can be toxic in two ways. You can have people that are actively trying to destroy, so like the dark triad, like narcissistic, Machiavellian, psychopath, or sadist. These guys you need to be really careful with. Or you can have another subtle type. And this subtle type is really, really more subtle because sometimes you will find yourself lonely to fight against them. It's your old friends, it's the old people in your life trying to pull you back to the place that you were. The Bible quote, a prophet is never welcome in his own house. There is something about the people that knew us in childhood sometimes that they try to make us play the dynamic or the misery that we always played all our lives. Of course, it's not everyone that is like that. Be reasonable and look to your reality. But there is something about friends that grow up with us and etc. They want you to be the person that you always have been because it's comfortable for them. And not just that, you trying to become successful, denounce their laziness, denounce their lack of ambition, denounce it is a threat to their comfort, it's a threat to their conscience. Okay, so they will try to, by any means, to steal your fuel to run for your dreams, to run to improve your life, to get a better life. Okay? They will try by any means. Sometimes it's a family, girlfriend, friends, cousins, each person has their ones. And knowing how to cut them off is really, really important. Knowing how to cut them off is really, really important. And these two kinds of people, doesn't matter which kind they are, we usually are afraid of dealing with them because of two reasons again. Because of two reasons. The first reason is because of chaos. What? Chaos? Such a broad concept, Daniel. Because of chaos? Yes, in this case, my friend, chaos is everything that you don't know. Everything that is outside your control. Everything that you feel insecure to accomplish. So the thing is, like, you're so comfortable sometimes with the relationship, maybe with your family, with your friends. Oh, we hang out every single Friday. Come on, I will stop hanging out with them. You know? Oh, I'm in this relationship with my girlfriend. Come on. It's not that bad, you know? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know, and yeah, it's because it's not that bad. Remember the passive ones. Always remember them. Because the passive type of people that drag you down, they are not purely evil. They're not actively making harm on you. They make harm on you in some aspects. And that's why sometimes this is scary to jump to the unknown. What is the unknown? My dreams. You never tried it. So it's unknown to you to try to, sometimes living alone. Sometimes could be trying to open a business. Sometimes to be pursuing a religious life. Whatever. It is unknown. And that's why it is scary. But guess what? Any valuable thing in life comes with risk. It comes with risk. Loving someone, you will always have the risk of losing that person. You will always. One day they will die. Okay? One day will die or something might happen. So, trying to open a business, you have the risk of not being successful. And this risk makes us insecure. And is a natural reaction considering the type of schools that we have nowadays that are with such a controlled environment that doesn't have any type of chaos. Everything is known. You just need to study and you will pass in the exam. In real life, sometimes you study, you put effort, and things don't happen. And that's why it's scary. Okay, so this is the first problem, chaos. Chaos is the first problem. And how do we deal with chaos? How? How, Daniel, would deal with the unknown? Trying to know the unknown. How will I try to know? You will sit down and you will start to describe what is the worst that can happen. One of the things about cultivating, and I use the word cultivating, this garden that is our life, is that the process can be natural too. You don't need from day to night to cut off all the relationships and isolate yourself. You can slowly transition to better relationships. And not just that, when it comes to your dreams, you can make a plan and think about the worst possibility that will happen. And imagine it. Think about it daily. What is the worst? Put yourself in that situation. Try to feel how you will feel in that situation too. Why? In this way, you are preparing your heart when the hardship comes. Okay? So in order to deal with the unknown, what the best that we can do is a smooth transition towards better. Try to find new friends, transition, and when it comes in terms of our goals, try to plan it. Plan the worst. What will be the worst case scenario? Okay? And there's a second type of problem. And this one is even harder. It's harder than the unknown. It's the bond that we have with our friends. It's the bond. The bond that we have. Sometimes, in psychological terms, we have a trauma bond. So sometimes it's because of our attachment style. Sometimes it's some sort of love, some sort of affection that we never had. And that person, every single thing of that person is bad, towards us, but they give us that little thing that we never had. They speak in a way that makes us feel valued for the first time. This kind of stuff is really, really hard to cut off. Because they are your weaknesses. Okay, so when it comes to talk about bonds and a healthy or trauma bond, we are talking about weaknesses. We are talking about where the spots that you're vulnerable, and that person is giving to you, but the relationship is not healthy because one, maybe that person is not encouraging you, is pulling you down. In case of narcissists, they are like parasites. Or it became a relationship of dependency. That happens a lot in relationships. You get dependent to the person. You know that the person is not for you, but you're still dependent. You still glue on them, you know? So what should I do in this case? Again, in this case, you would need to do an exercise of awareness, okay? Of awareness. You would sit down and write down what you feel about the person. And write down, like you were writing a letter, maybe, you know, to that person. Write down everything that you feel. Write down everything that you're feeling about that person. And what that person means to you. And if you need, cry. Cry your weakness out. You know, but this exercise of awareness will make you consider not just that one aspect, but all the aspects of reality. All the other aspects that you're missing out. Okay? And in some cases that the trauma bond is so rooted on us, maybe you will need to seek help, my friend. Because trying to do things alone is always harder. When you need help, ask for help. I, myself, commit the mistake most of the time, mostly because also I am the first son, I believe. You know, that was kind of the dynamic in my house. Anyway, but the thing is, in my parents' house. But anyway, try to seek help. Try to seek help. Don't try to do things alone. Otherwise, maybe you will not achieve it. We are social beings. We need the help of other people. Okay, so if you're needing help, if the bond is too deep rooted on you and you're like, man, I'm kind of addicted to this person, this friend group, and etc. I'm kind of obsessed with them. Seek help. You know? Seek help. So if this video was useful to you, if this video was relevant to you, please comment below what are some strategies that you use in order to cut some bonds or to cut people, bad people from your life. You know, people that are not helping you to achieve your dreams. Okay? What you do. Leave in the comments below. And also share this video with a friend that is needing that. Okay? See you guys and live life sanely.